Do your homework, tips on posing dancers, and actually this can work with any performer. Hi, my name is Square and I'm a photographer, and these from me are basic tips to help you get the most out of your future dance photo shoots or any type of shoots that involves a performer. Before getting anything started, like it's mentioned in the title, do your homework. This is really important. If you can learn a little bit more about your model, what they're specialized in, their experience, in what productions they have been into in the past, this could be really valuable for your future shoot. Knowing their weaknesses and strengths can help a lot. You don't want to ask them things they cannot do. You want to help them shine. You want them to be at their best. And of course, this will save you a lot of time. Whatever dance styles you're shooting, please, if you have a little bit of time, go watch live performances. You gotta know what you're stepping into. Whatever it is, hip hop, contemporary, ballet, go watch live performances. Yes. History is important too, being able to recognize the different styles, and of course, getting used to watch them move to understand what's actually going on will help you a lot when capturing your model. You can of course go as far as learning the vocabulary, the name between each steps, moves and poses. This will really help you communicate with your talent. Because most of the time what leads to failure is bad or the lack of communication, because we do not speak the same language. So here is my simple approach, 5 tips to help you make your future shoot with performers a success. First, the location. Is it busy or not? Look around. If you have loads of details, you got to make it simple. A pose or move that anyone can understand, not something too small, too compact, not something where we wonder where are the limbs and what is actually going on. I personally use wide angle lenses a lot, so my background is sometimes as important as my model. In this shot with Anjara, I asked her to look up to compensate for the empty space above her head. Of course, the red dress helps to catch the audience's eye. If you have a plain, refined, clean, modern background, you can actually ask your performer to do whatever he wants. Number 2, size in the frame. The amount of background you're gonna let in and the size of the model in the overall picture will help you make a decision. We talked about complex poses, shapes, and forms before. If your model takes a little bit more than 50% of the overall photo, you can basically do whatever you want. People will be drawn into the performance, and in the end, the background will not really matter anymore. If your subject is small in the frame, if you're using lines, shapes, the light to draw the attention to him or her, then again, you have to make it simple. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes simple poses work the best. Number 3, direction of light. Kind of love this one. I've talked about this in previous video, I think. Let's say you have your composition, you have your model placed, your angle, everything except you don't know if you want her to be facing you, left or right. Well, you know it's really simple. You have to look at the shadows on your model. Imagine right now you're facing your model and the light is hitting the left side of my face and the shadows is on my right side. What do I want? Do I want that split effect, or do I want more light on my face? If I do want more light on my face, I will turn towards the light. And of course, if I want less light, I will turn on my right. Here the light was coming from camera left. I asked her to face and go towards the light. And on this one, Isadora went towards the light, but I wanted that little split effect on your face, so I asked her to turn a little bit away from the light. Little quick tip here, if you are shooting at noon, around noon, and you basically have the sun above your head, ask your model to slightly raise their head so that you can avoid those dark eye sockets. Number 4, everything is in your scene. And this was my approach when I started. Everything was graphic. I had a visual approach. And this is maybe why my channel is called HK Visuals. Again, shapes, lines, and forms around you, in the background, in the environment you're in, can help draw the attention, the viewer's eye, can guide your audience to look where you want them to look. The background can actually inspire your performer. Just take a shot without your performer in it with the right composition and show them the picture. Try to explain with your words what you want to create, what you want them to follow, which lines are important, which shapes are important, and they might come up with amazing ideas you never even thought of. Continue a line or multiple lines, imitate, mimic a shape or form, use a wall or a handrail to lean on it. You know, for example, here, the idea was to continue the obvious lines in the scene. To increase the tension, I deliberately placed her off center. Same here, but with my model laying on the floor. Number 5, cheat. Let me explain. It doesn't harm to get a little inspiration from other dancers or photographers. Instead of losing time trying to explain your performer what you want them to do, what type of poses, movements, jumps, or whatever, you can actually do something really simple. You take your phone, gather some images, examples on the web, and show them. We do not all have on our shoots a choreographer or an artistic director, so this can really help you. Also ask yourself these simple questions. What is the goal of this shoot? Who is it for? And what is the story that you want to tell? By answering these simple questions and by going through the different elements I've shared so far, you will have a list, a set of constraints. This list of constraints will help you and your model in the process of making decisions. Having too much freedom can sometimes feel overwhelming. You gotta have limits. Write down a scenario, write down keywords of the things that you want people to see and feel in the photos you are going to create. If you want to save some time, and I've said it before, do your homework. If you can, visit the location beforehand and make a shot list, different compositions you want to use, and try already to think about the types of poses, moves you want to create. You can of course make a few sketches if you're good at drawing, or grab a few examples on the web like I said before. The idea of course is not to copy someone else's work, but to have a base and build upon that. Depending on the performers, dancers' experience, this should be more than enough. And most of the time, all the performers that I've met so far, they were really hard to stop. Again, if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're aiming, half the job is already done. And so, what about you? Have you got some posing tips and tricks to share with us? Please put them in the comments below. That's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the little thumbs up and share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, everyone around you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button on the left side of the video and press that little bell notification if you don't want to miss my next post. I guess this one will be out on Sunday, so please have a great Sunday. And until my next video, please have a good one.
Yeah.